Okay, so here we are with White Goblin Games, and we're going to talk about Incan Empire. And you guys are?
My name is Peter Nijssen.
And?
My name is Bart Nijssen.
All right, so welcome guys, and thanks for coming down. And tell us about Inca Empire.
Inca Empire is a great strategic game. It's a rather complex game. There's a lot of interaction, and the aim of the game is to build your empire, and you have a lot of options to build on your empire. Here you see a round marker, and this round marker helps you during the game. It says in which phase the game actually is. There are 4 rounds, and each round has a different kind of phases. Do you want me to explain?
Yes, please.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, each player starts with a starting region and one street, one road, and you're going to expand your empire, your region, with building new roads, but also building cities that are these tiles, building terraces, building garrisons, and you also are going to conquer new regions.
Oh, okay.
Each region has a culture marker, like this, and okay.
Culture marker, like this.
Yes. Culture marker.
Right, there we go.
And if you want to conquer a region, for example, this region has a resistance of 2.
Okay.
So you need 2 labor markers, 2 labor tokens to conquer this region. Then you'll get this culture marker and add it to your own personal supply.
So that comes in front of you. Okay.
Yes. It will also give you some advantages during the game. You will get during the game more labor tokens, so you can. It's easier for you to build on your empire.
Oh, okay.
In fact, here you see. I don't know if it can be seen by the people at home, but here you see the round marker. You start with with the Inca phase.
Okay.
That's right. And during the Inca phase, you get new labor tokens.
Yeah, and so that matches the symbol on there. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Then the second phase, everyone is allowed to build 2 roads, and besides that, he's allowed to build a city if there's a possibility, because you can only build a city when you've conquered a region. Build a temple. You can only build a temple when there's a city built. You can only build a temple in the city. You can build a garrison, you can build a terrace, conquer new regions, or place an extra road on the board.
Okay.
So after the start of the game, you will get 2 of these phases first, and then you go to the next round.
Okay.
And you have a new, you get new labor tokens, and then you start with the first,
sun event.
Yeah, the first sun phase. And during the sun phase, and that's the part where the game really becomes interesting. During the sun phase, every player is allowed to place 1 card on this board.
Okay.
And I have
1 in each quadrant.
Yeah, only 1 card may be placed in each quadrant, and a card always affects 2 players. So if, for example, I'm orange and I play a card here, it will affect green and brown as well.
Oh, okay.
There are positive and negative cards. So, of course, you try to place cards with negative effects
away from you.
And the cards with positive effects near you.
Yes.
That is really an interesting part of this game, and the player who is at play first is the one who lays behind at the.
Who is further back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Last player on the score track will place the first sun event.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about that first one when everybody's tied? Is that possible?
There's a possibility for a tie, but the one at the outside of the board will start first.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if someone goes to a 2, and this one would come to 2, he comes at the outside.
I see. Okay.
And the outside is the last in line.
Okay, that makes sense. Good.
Yes. Of course, the aim of the game is to score victory points, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scoring rounds during the game.
Sure.
You also immediately score points when you build a city, a terrace, a temple,
okay. All
etc.
right. So those give immediate points.
Yes. But also,
If your road is connected to one of these buildings, you get for the scoring rounds, you get also points.
Oh, okay.
So it could be possible that you build the city, and I lay my road to your city.
Ah, okay.
Also
All
you
right.
get points.
Gotcha. Okay.
if another player connects his road to a city that I have built, he will also score points. And on each track, they can only lay one road.
One road, yeah.
But with special cards, you're able to lay roads.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, since you talked about this, what are some of these special cards that we've got in the game? Are they specific for the players, or are these shuffled up and...
Shoved up, and everybody gets 3 cards, which you can choose of. When you have played the cards, you can get a new card.
Get a new card, okay, all right. And so they allow you to do, why don't we just talk through a couple...
This one, for example, as one of the actions, you can build an extra road. This card gives you 2 roads to build if you give 1 labor token instead of 1.
So this card would be on this board.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I were the orange player, but in this case both orange and green are going to be able to build a second road when they build a road.
Yes.
Once this card.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's quite some interesting cards in the game. This one, for example, is a card where you're allowed to place a road next to a road of somebody else, or even connect 2 points that normally aren't connected with each other.
Nice. Okay. All right. This is.
Build a road less instead of 2 roads.
So this is one of the bad cards,
Yes.
right?
That's one of the bad cards.
So the road got washed out, huh?
There are even worse cards. So
Okay. So
building a temple in the garrison instead of a city.
Oh, instead of a city. Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of different
Yes.
interesting things.
The-
And does this?
this-
Sorry.
Sorry. No, go on.
No. This indicates the
The
Which
phase.
phase, yes.
phase that it can be played in.
Yes, indeed.
This actually is also a very interesting card, and a very bad card for your opponents, because every player starts from Cusco.
Yeah.
And you have to connect your roads with each other. So
Okay.
you're not allowed, if blue starts here, and you're not allowed to place a road here.
Sure.
Unless you're connected to this.
Okay.
During a scoring round, you get points for example, the cities that you connected. But with this card, there is a chance that your opponent has to take roads from the board, with the result that he doesn't connect all the cities anymore. So this is really a nice card.
Or mean.
Or mean. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that gives you a flavor for some of the cards.
Yes.
All right.
And there's 4 extra cards here at Spiel for the people who buy the game. And you shuffle these between the deck, and they also add to the variety of the game. So that's a nice extra.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
You can, by the way, also make the game ending a variable with these tokens.
Oh, okay.
These are 4 the same tokens, except for this one. It has a Pizarro on it.
He arrives.
He arrives, and for example, you can do it like this. And when you come to this phase, you turn around this one, and you don't know when the game ends. So.
Okay. So if that happens, there would be no final scoring round?
There will be a final scoring
There would
round.
be a final scoring round.
We'll
Okay, you
just,
just wouldn't have all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Skipping steps.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. This is great.
Yeah, it's a very great game. It's a very strategic game. It's also a rather long game. The first time you play it, it will take 2.5 hours.
Sure.
If you've done it a few times more, the playing time will decrease.
Yeah.
There is a shorter version.
There is a shorter
there is a
version
shortcut?
available.
Oh, yeah?
available.
Short version. You can skip this round and this round, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay.
So the game is a little bit shorter.
all
If
right.
you're in a hurry.
Yes, right. Now, just so everybody knows, this may look vaguely familiar to a few people because it was Tahuantinsuyu originally, but on that one, if I remember correctly, you had to like draw like a crayon rail game, the roads on that.
That's correct. And Alexander Roche designed was the artist who did the graphical design of this new version. The roads are from wood now, so.
Well, it looks great.
It's a great looking game, and especially for it really is a gamer's game.
Yeah.
For people who like the heavy stuff. But I must admit that the rules, when you've played the game, it all makes sense. It's quite simple.
Sure.
It's quite simple to play. So
good.
And there's a board for 3 players. If you turn this board, we have the version for 3 players with 3 starting regions.
Perfect.
So. Yeah.
So all balanced and everything. Great. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, thanks very much for that. So that's Inca Empire.
Inca Empire.
From White Goblin Games.